Howdy ho, howdy ho. What's up, everybody? We have this is gonna be interesting. There's a couple people here. We have a guest in house. If you don't know this guy, you should look him up. This guy makes me sane. You know, like whenever I'm like, do you believe what's going on with Candace Owens? I'll go to a Lennie Moreno video and I'll go, oh, of course, that's, you know what? He's right. That's exactly what it means. I'll go, can you believe what she's doing? And we're going to get into that. And then I'll go to a Lennie Moreno video and I go, you know what? I trust Lennie. Lennie brings my ease. So before we get all into that, we got a regular here. We got Kyle's dad is here. He's becoming a regular. He's hanging out with the Herbinator. The Herbinator, which is my father-in-law, he went home. It was so sad. It was so sad. He was sitting in the back of my house with his hat and his 50 pins just stretching his neck down. And he was just staring out in the water. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go home to Jersey and just sit in cold weather when it's just, miserable every day. Trees are dead. Everything's dead. But, I guess we'll see in January if your mother can handle it. I don't know if she can. My mother-in-law was in the hospital, poor thing, like 8 days out of 10 that she was here. And it's funny, I'd bring my father-in-law. I'm like, you want to go see mom? Like, yeah, it's the right thing to do. And he'd be in there. I should post these pictures maybe in post. I have about 10 pictures of Herbie, just like this, visiting my mother-in-law in the hospital within 5 minutes. Mouth wide open, straight up, facing the sky. I want to thank, by the way, today I just stopped for lunch on 5th Avenue, and I went to Vargina. And Eric and Augusta, these guys always hook me up. And they got great food. It's incredible service. They hooked me up. They gave me charcuterie board, and meatballs, and calamari. And I'd even order. So to Vargina's on 5th Avenue in Naples, thank you very much today. That was super kind of you. So last night, listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have a tour lined up for next year, all right? 2026, I announced the tour. Right now, it says 45 dates, but I think by the time we're done, it'll probably be about 48 dates, maybe 49 dates. I'm not doing, a lot of you got emails today. I don't plan on doing any more comedy tours after that tour. Not forever. I'm not going to be like all the rock stars, like, hey, we're Kiss, and this is the final tour. Hey, this is Ozzy, and this is the final tour. Well, that was his final tour. No, you know what I mean. They always say it's their final tour, so you buy the tickets. It's not my final tour, but I don't have the drive. I'm 58. I love making people laugh, but I have these. The dates are there. I'm not going to do a fall tour of stand-up comedy. So this is it. Go to JimBreuer.com for the tickets. There are VIP tickets. Certain cities are crushing it. Arizona, if you didn't get your tickets yet, I would get your tickets. Anywhere in New York, Jersey, they're going through the roof. What's up with Fort Myers? Did they get completely wiped out in the hurricane? There's only 7 people left? Like, it's like, wait, Fort Myers, you awake yet? Let's go. There's some slow areas in the Midwest. I don't have to leave Florida. I enjoy the sunny weather. Do I want to go to Missouri in February? No. I'm doing you a favor. I'm bringing you laughter. I'm getting you off your ice fishing lake, and we're going to have a good time. So, JimBreuer.com. For tickets and sign up for the email and stuff like that. So where I'm going is last night I did a benefit show, the Naples Theater. It's right downtown. And I did it for the Ann's Children's Fund. And what that is, it's a very mom and pop charity, and basically, if you adopt a child with special needs, the charity completely pays for all your needs. If your child needs a wheelchair, or if your kid has diabetes and we need certain drugs or whatever, that pays for everything. I know them. I met with them. I don't do charities. I'm not a big charity fan because I don't trust most of them, unfortunately. I just don't. So last night I wasn't nervous, but I haven't done a show in a long time, and everywhere I went, and I live in Naples. It's a small place after a while. And I've been taking boxing class, and it's not like not to fight, but I got Fat Jimmy. Fat Jimmy wants to lose some weight, so I took some cardio. And there's a lady in there. She's in there, and she's like in her 60s. She's like, there's like 30 of us coming to see you tonight in the theater, and we've never seen you. Like, what are you doing? And I went, I really don't know, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Then I went to ShopRite, and they're like, hey, man, I'm coming to see you at the theater for the charity. I had diehard fans. Literally driving down from Georgia, a couple came from Minnesota, one came from Colorado, and I was like, oh man, I gotta bring it. The good news is, I tried a lot of new material, and I gotta say, I felt really good. I also did some stories that a lot of those fans never heard, that you've heard, that we filmed. Did the Long Live Paint story come out? All right, because I had one guy, Jamie, basically the lead singer, Queen, who looks a lot better, by the way. You're starting to look a lot, you're getting a whole, yeah.
You're still rocking, man.
No, I know, but it's a good thing you're not coming on tour, because you would not last in the Northeast. Nobody in the Northeast is going for that getup. Nobody. Do you mind if you're his mom? I just met his mom. I'm sorry, I'm busting on your kid. Do you speak at him at all? Are you? Can I ask something? I mean, listen. Lori, how long you lived here? Terry. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying Lori. Terry, how long you lived here?
How long has he lived here?
No, you.
In Florida?
Yeah. Long time. So he was born and raised here?
Since he was 3.
Since he was 3. Yeah,
This is why this works. But I do feel like we can't hate on this, right?
No, I'm not. Listen.
It's closed-toed,
No.
so you can go in anywhere.
No, I know that. No, you don't understand. There's no hating the shoes. There's no... I like the hat.
The hat?
I like the hat. The hat's better, but the shoes, I'm just telling, listen, everyone in the Northeast right now knows exactly what I'm talking about. If you're in this, right? And Mom says it too. Okay, Terry says it too. The shorts, dude, the shorts come up to half calf. That's not good for a man. That's not a good look for a man. But I do like your confidence. I really do. It's, I'm going to have to talk him. We had a big talk today, too. We had a big YouTube talk. So apparently, a couple of weeks ago, listen, when I first started doing this, yes, we were hitting subjects, and we were talking about Israel and capture, whatever it was, we were going for it. We were hitting Trump, we were hitting a little bit of pop, we were hitting everything. And then it only took one listener to go, stop! You told us to stop being involved with the noise and the chaos, and you keep bringing it to us. So I backed off. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I told you guys, I don't like the feeling it gives me. I really don't. I don't like that. And I try to find the funny or the nice take on it. So I dropped off. Well, today, we got the old, he brought the computer. He's like, listen. The YouTube numbers are good, but it ain't like when you were talking about the noise. I'm just saying, maybe we should bring a little more chaos into the show and, stir the pot, get people pissed off and angry at one another again. And I don't know. It's up to you. And that's the thing, when you hit the subjects, some people are not, put it this way, most of you are like, yeah, no, Breuer, we understand everything you're saying. But there's as many people just pure hatred. I was in Africa for 5 weeks, tapped out, no phone, and every once in a while I go, let me see the messages. Then there'll be 1 or 2 messages like, you Israeli Jewish hater! Like, what did I even say anything? I said I bought some shoes. How's that anti-Semitic? Why are we even... how dare you mention the Trump assassination, even say it might have been staged? How dare you? The hatred and the lunacy of humanity. But I learned something today, too. Not that I learned, it was reiterated. I do understand there's a major part of society that's not ready for it. They're just not ready for it. And I had that conversation with Lennie today. We went to Virginia and we started talking. And I felt like listen, a lot of you are awake. And you know what I mean by awake. You're aware of everything going on. If there's a shooting, we're not immediately going, "Do you see the shooting?" You go, what is going on here? How come the guy entered with these shoes and now he's leaving with different shoes? And we're more aware. We question more things. We don't believe the narrative, the noise. And there's a lot of noise. And I'm not going to lie to you. The Candace and there's something. I like her and I like Marjorie. There's something. I have a funny feeling. There's a little bit of a, all right, Marjorie, come here. Here's your script for the next 2 months. You go out and you got to say this and make sure you promote everything before you say this is going on. Okay, I'll do it. How's my makeup? And then she did go on a little press tour. And then all of a sudden it was like, Trump's really, he's not caring for the people. No government cares for the people. No government, period, cares for people. And that's where we need to shake all of you up and wake you up. I don't care if you're in Norway. I don't care if you're in Switzerland. I don't care where you are, what your government is. I don't care if you're Republican, you're Democrat, you're a lefty, you're a righty. None of it matters. They don't care about you. I'm in Naples, Florida every day, and every day I see it's clear for like 3 hours. I go, oh my God, this is great. And then come the soulless monsters. How much does it cost to spray all of Southwest Florida? And then these lines form, and then they spread out, and they become these thin clouds. And then, God forbid, you post it. There's always 3 or 4 people going, oh, you've really lost your mind, Breuer. Stay in your lane. Those are contrails. Listen, they're not contrails. They're chemicals. Chemicals stay in the air. Chemicals then not only stay in the air for a while, but then they start spreading and they attach to other clouds. And more and more people now start, dude, Herbie, the Herbinator, who said, when I came out and I said, I'm doing shows a couple years ago, and I said, listen, I'm not going to do shows that require a vax card or for you to be vaccinated. Herbie was one of those, and he said, that's it. That's a career ender. This is really bad. Because every news network came out. Did you hear about this Jim Breuer? He's a grandmother murderer. He don't care about humanity. And I do believe we are at a place in time where you are either going to recognize the madness, you're going to recognize your government don't care about you. Your Republicans don't care about you. Your Democrats don't care about you. They are two of the same wing. And trust me, and we'll get into it. Some of you are pissed about. I don't care if you're pissed. It's time to wake. You got to wake up, and we're going to hit a lot of that today. I'm telling you, they don't care. So, what is some of the solution? We have to start. You have to start watching news, and you have to start watching all the politicians without emotion. And think of what you saw this week. You saw Trump and the mayor of New York. This was and I told you this was professional wrestling on it. This is Hulk Hogan versus Rowdy Piper back in the 80s. It's like, in this corner, we have the communist Muslim. The Muslims are taking over! Right? That's all I hear. I'm like, oh my God, the Muslims in this city, and the Muslims in that city. And it's a script. It's a script. They're actors. It's all being put in our face to what? To divide you, which another phenomenal thing to learn about Lennie. This guy is incredible with pointing out dividing and how we unite. And we're going to get into it. So, and then in the other corner, and in this corner, you have a sexual harasser. He's been convicted, and he had to step down from office after murdering elderly during COVID. One of the best elderly killers. It's Mario Como. Like, why are you kidding me? Who's falling for this? People are. You're still falling for it. I see people reaching out in New York going, I can't believe that Trump, and he had Trump like, what were the things that Trump, this guy, he's a devil, he's going to bring this, and next thing you know, they're hanging out. You know, he says some things, I said some things, it's all good, Illuminati side, it's all good, Illuminati side. You don't believe me? What do you think this is? Anyone? I'll tell you what. You guys try to figure out what this is. You try to tell me. Is this a sign of that you're confident? That's a bad place to put. That was a bad place to put the mic. No one's commenting on this. They're like, well, I'll tell you what it looks like. Jim has something to reveal about who his true father was. That's a certainly. Look at Eric Trump. During the inauguration, Eric Trump stands there, blatantly makes this sign, and his wife Laura quick makes him stop. And you can't hide it. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. What does that mean? I don't know what it means. What does this mean when you're standing there? Don't tell me he was folding his hands. I've seen multiple people do this. He goes like this. Go look at Eric Trump inauguration. Go look it up, and you'll see him doing the hand sign. And he goes like this with his hands, and his wife goes, and he goes, oh, sorry. Like he didn't realize he was doing it. The whole world, they're gang signs. I don't know what the signs are, but we're all, in my opinion, this is a script. We're all being played. Are you guys looking at it right now? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Let me see. Yeah, what? Well, that was not at the, it's the inauguration. But you got to see, that's misleading right there. That just kind of looks like he's hanging out, which his dad does all the time. But you watch him, he literally walks, he plants his feet, then he goes like this. Who hangs out like that? Have you ever walked into a place, you're like, okay, we'll let you in a second. Okay. Like, what is that? And then your wife play that video. Play that video. Why does she make him stop it? Watch. Yeah, what just happened there? If he's not, what, is this not polite? What is that? What, I don't know what it is. I'm asking you. Maybe we should ask him. Maybe we should ask Laura. I don't know. She was coming on the show, by the way. And then what happened? Her management she was all excited. I had great conversation with her. I met Eric multiple times. What is that? It's just, I don't know. I'm getting the feeling most humanity, I'm getting tired of being played. I'm getting tired of watching everyone bicker over the same nonsense. Do you really, Marjorie? Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I liked her clips. You know, there was a clip of her talking to someone in England, and I don't know, they were talking about, you gun control. And she's like, go back to the country you deserve. We like guns in America. Like, all right, I'm digging Marjorie right now. I'm digging Marjorie. But I don't know this is a fact. She went in with a certain amount of money, and she's walking out, from what I heard, $25 million. How do you make that much money in that short amount of time? I don't know if that's a fact. Maybe she can explain that. I did like some of the things she said. And listen, she definitely said things that are on the pulse of America. And when I say the pulse, most people are questioning a lot of things right now. We want to know, why is our tax money funding this? Why is our tax money? Bro, I go so far in the rabbit hole that I'm finding out tax is voluntary. You volunteer to do it. So do we have to pay taxes? Can we find that out? Can you imagine we all had the balls enough to go, we're not paying taxes this year. But you know what? There's too many fairies in here. Too many they can't. Who are they coming after? If we all did, how amazing would that be? Think about the things that your favorite president. Listen, I was all for this guy. But you know what? They found all this money. Remember? Oh, we found $20 billion here, $30 billion. Did you get a check? Did you get a check? Did anyone get a check? I go to gas. Gas is still over $3 in Naples, Florida. I went and bought milk the other day. It was like $9 for milk. For milk. Are you kidding me? So I don't want to hear the prices are down while we're funding another country to launch bombs. And when we have our leader going, I gave him a lot of bombs, and he knew how to use them. And now we have peace. Oh, that's how we solve peace. It's madness. It's all madness. So with that said, I had the big talk about bringing some noise. I don't want to bring the noise. See, I get amped up. I don't like it. I don't like the noise. And that's why I like peace. And I feel like we need a time where we need answers. We don't need to be constantly aggravated. You know, I get, my friends will text me and they go, can you believe this? Can you believe that? This has been from the beginning of time. They know you're not going to do nothing. They know you can't wait for your football game this Sunday. They know you still pay $10 for a venti latte mocha latte with sprinkles on it at Starbucks. They know you're going to pay taxes. They know you're just going to complain. They know you're just going to go, I can't believe they're spraying the skies again. They just know. They're laughing in our faces, but it's time, people. It was only, 2025? It was only 5 years ago they locked down the whole world. The whole world. It was only 5 years ago where they divided every family. It was only 5 years ago. Only 4 years ago they were still trying to do that. There was still only 3 years ago, they were rioting all of it. In my opinion, this has been one of the biggest moves of a grand empire takeover, not only of the U.S., of the entire world. Of the entire world. And I can't help to think about hearing Bob Marley's words over and over, all governments are illegal. All governments are illegal. There's been places where I've been to Africa where, and you know what, forget Africa. Where I grew up in Long Island, we had neighborhoods. And in the neighborhood, we all knew each other. We may not have liked each other, but we knew each other. And if someone stepped out of line, we, as the community, dealt with it. We didn't have to call the cops. We didn't have to go get a judge. We didn't have to worry about a law or who was going to let them go. We didn't have to worry about any of that. I went to Africa, and I went to a village there, and at the village, I asked them, you guys are going to see this. I filmed it. You're going to see it. That's coming down the pike. That's coming up. The elders, I said, what do you do when things go, like if someone gets out of line? They said the elders, the older ones, the wise ones, they get together and they decide how bad of a situation this is. They then go to the home and they discuss it with the family and the person that did this deed. I remember being a part of Africa where we were driving in a van, and we were with a woman in the car, and everywhere we went there were kids everywhere. And in one of the tables, she basically had like a little craft she made and some clothes. And the lady in the van, we were going to a museum, and the lady in the van goes, I can't believe these kids are there's like kids everywhere, just no one watches them, and there's things on the table. They would steal that. Are you kidding? If that was left out in New Jersey and New York, I mean, they would just take it. And the driver stopped. And he said, let me tell you, I don't know how to do an African accent, but he goes, let me tell you something. This neighborhood, if someone were to come and steal something, everybody in this neighborhood would chase that human being down, grab what they did, and make sure they never do that again. They would never disrespect another human being like that. I don't know what type of society you live in. And that's where we have to start thinking deeper. We've been conditioned to think we're so much better, so much smarter, so much freer. That's the big word we like. We're free, right? Aren't we free? Oh my God, we're free. Unless you text the wrong thing. We're free. Unless you talk about certain countries. We're free. Unless you do certain things. We're free. Unless you're not into vaccines. We're free. We're not free. I don't even believe we vote. I really don't. I learned this a long time ago. I remember asking my dad, why does the news say, the latest polls say so-and-so is winning? What is the point of putting a poll in your face? I'll tell you what I think it is. It's to condition your mind. It's really that simple. Jerry's beating Billy. So you might as well not even come out because Billy, it's clear that he's going to win. Jerry's just crushing it. Jerry's just murdering him. They're already telling you how it's going to go down. Has anyone out there in the audience ever been polled? Who's getting polled? I don't know anyone that's ever been polled in my lifetime, ever. Am I going to get a talk next weekend? Is this good for you? And you know how I can tell? His clothes change when it's going good. When it's going really good, the clothes start changing. But anyway, I don't like getting caught up in the madness. When I go on tour, I'm not going to be talking about madness. I'm going to be talking about things that will bring light. You had a good time last night? Yes? Yeah?
Excellent.
Did you have a favorite part or no?
I loved it all. Jamie asked me that too. I think it was when you started talking about how different parts of your body hurt now that you're thinking?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, this was crazy. So last night I'm on stage and I'm talking about how I pulled my ass muscle, which I really did. And I said, boy, I can really use my physical therapist. And he was in the crowd. He's like, I'm back here. Like, oh my God. And he texted me today. He's like, you got to come in this week. I'm like, I know. It's getting worse. But I was also going to say on a different note, the Long Live Paint story. We filmed it. It looks good. We'll release that. We'll re-release it. It's so weird. Some people never saw that story, and the people that didn't see it were like, the best part of the night was that Long Live. But did you just make it up? No, it's like 90 years old, that story. But it was a lot of fun. So with that said, we're gonna get into real subjects here. We may hit 9/11. We may hit the country you're not allowed to speak about. We're definitely going to hit all these things. But within these things, I want to try to show you what in my mind is really going on, including, listen, I respect her. I respect Candace Owens. At the end of the day, how long has it been going on talking about Charlie Kirk? How long have we been talking about the murder? How long are we talking about the investigation? How long has something happened? Is there results? Is there answers? Is there a resolution? Or are we still being strung along to hate and be mad and point fingers and all that? What is the resolution? Because we're going on a couple weeks now of like, you're not gonna believe what's going on today, and then a thing, and then and now there may be, I pray to God it's not true with the threat that she put out there that was against her, but again. At the end of the day, and I have my thoughts on the Charlie Kirk thing. We talked about this. I can't tell you my true thoughts because some people just aren't ready for it yet. Some of you are. A lot of you are not. And that's what we're going to discover today, and we're going to get into with my guest, Lennie Moreno, right here. Lennie, come on out. What's up? This is Lennie right here. See, now this is how you dress. Look at that. Casual, but rock star, like a savage. Like a savage, He's already there. Come on in. It's cool to have you, man. Good to see you, too. Do you need water or anything like that? Yeah. Yeah, Lennie, I'm really sorry. I was really loud, by the way. Oh, yeah, you can take that. Thank you. How are you, man?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing really good. So I started following your videos. I didn't even know you had a clothing line. You want to tell everyone about the clothing line? You told me today, like you pick out the fabric, you do a whole.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to be the. But no, tell them the line and where they can find your clothing. Which you brought me a shirt today.
Yeah, I did.
And I'm gonna have to wear it next week. It was a killer. My wife wouldn't let me. Listen, just whenever I get.
Be honest.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever I get clothes at all, even from the store, the first thing she does is go, "You got to wash it." I go, "Why would I wash it? It's brand new." No, you always wash it. I'm like, I don't want to. It's new, so
yeah,
I didn't have time to wash it and then wear it today. So I don't want you offended.
No. I'm really not offended.
Okay.
It's a 300 GSM organic cotton T-shirt that I gave you with a leather patch and embroidered tone-on-tone logo.
Yeah, it's badass.
It's slick, and yeah, it's called Place of Elms. So placeofelms.com, and I do that as a passion project. I want to change the game of what's happening in luxury fashion. It's demonic.
We mean demonic.
Well, it's demonic. When you look at who runs the game, you have to research
The fashion game.
the fashion game, the luxury fashion game.
Which I know someone, I won't say the name, but a big musician, one of their kids went into the fashion game, and that kid left saying all kinds of crazy stuff. And that kid really wanted to go into clothes and all this stuff. And this is, trust me, we're going to be going all over the place. We're going 9/11. We're going all over the place. That kid came home and was talking about poisons and purpose things that are put in there and deeper agenda. The kid was traumatized. And I thought, I was like, did you see something you shouldn't have? She won't talk about it, but she won't go deeper, but she clearly saw some dark stuff.
Well, you don't have to look further than just all the mainstream fashion magazines.
Yeah.
Like Vogue, Vanity Fair, Bazaar. They're basically brainwashing operations. It's not a fashion magazine. You have to look at it as, why are they, for example, only leaning left politically? And then what ideologies are they trying to push? Right. And the more you read into it, and the more they're pushing this woke garbage, this inclusivity, and this diversity.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, it's better. So when you look at it, you're like, do I want my children to read this stuff? And not only to read this stuff, but to look up to this stuff.
Right.
And want to be like these people that are on the front cover.
Right.
So read into it. You don't have to look further than a Vanity Fair article that was published, I believe, in 2021. It's called Giving Back the Italian Way.
Giving back the Italian way?
Giving Back the Italian Way. Google that. Giving Back the Italian Way. It's all about how these luxury fashion brands are manufacturing masks and, PPE equipment, building vaccination centers. Like, essentially, they're out there promoting the narrative.
Right.
They're out there.
Well, what you're talking about, too, is what I started discovering is not only in fashion, not only in magazines, even in things like I was on a plane watching Planet Earth. Planet Earth. Everyone loves Planet Earth. And the spider monkey goes from the tree to the tree as he tries to catch his berries and his...
David Attenborough.
Exactly, whatever the guy, he's got an incredible voice. And on every single Planet Earth, they turn to, but because of climate change,
of course,
the world's coming to an end unless we donate more money so they can spray more chemicals in the sky, as we call it, climate change.
Yes, and that's a problem.
Correct. So it's the tentacles for people that are not awake yet are far and wide in every single arena that you can imagine.
It's part of the agenda.
You just don't know it's hitting you.
Exactly. It's hitting us from all angles, all institutions, almost every single apparatus that you can find, they're hitting us. And in fashion, like, what do you mean fashion? It's just a T-shirt.
Right.
It's just shoes. But you have to look deeper. And I decided, basically since I sold my last company, that I want to do like a passion project. And what better place to start than try to build something that has the same values that you want to put out on this earth.
And what is your value?
Well, if you look at our website, we try to push freedom, integrity, self-respect, truth, family, more like traditional values. Yeah. And our slogan is luxury with integrity. So we do it in a way that our content, our whole chain, our vertical integration from the fabric all the way down to the packaging. Yeah. Everything, I go through it to make sure that integrity, I can stand behind it.
Let me ask you this: when did you start making these videos? I want to look at one of these. We're going to look at a couple of these videos. Yeah. Because I would watch them go, oh my God, this guy is exactly how I feel. He just does it in a better tone. I won't say a better tone, a more makes sense tone.
No, a different tone.
What made you start making these videos?
Well, ultimately, I believe that when we're aligned with our purpose, we gravitate towards certain things. And whenever I was searching and asking questions and tapping into these subjects, it was resonating with me. It felt like a mission. And you can look back all the way to like 2005.
That's when it started with you?
Yeah. I was
Was there a specific thing?
Well, I was like rapping at the time.
You were rapping?
Yeah. So I did like Stop the War.
Wait. Like hard rapping or?
Well, it was just like regular rapping.
What are you rapping about? I haven't heard the rapping, Lennie.
It was mostly political. But if you go like more recent, 2020, I made a video. It's called Wake Up. And in Wake Up, I think it was released like May of 2020. And all the COVID narrative, all the Epstein files, all the stuff is all in that video in 2020. So you can imagine that people kind of thought I was crazy. But everything that we're talking about now, it was in that video. So I did a Wake Up, I did They Won't Divide Us, I did Freedom. And every time I was trying to release a video, it would get banned or canceled or censored.
Right.
So I'm there like putting my money into making production that would never really get released, but you can find them. And yeah, it was kind of like therapeutic because we need an outlet. If we feel like we're, getting stifled and screwed, how do we express it if we're being censored? So we have to go in the arts. And you've done it, by the way. If anyone hasn't seen Somebody Had to Say It, his stand-up is probably will go down in history as the greatest stand-up of all time. Because Jim, and I think, no, but it's important.
No, I appreciate it.
No, it's important to say it because what you were saying at that time, the more, we'll call it mainstream comedian now, they're starting to make their whole stand-up about that. Now that it's cool, now that it's okay, now that it's acceptable, now that social media changed their terms and conditions, now it's okay to do it. But you did it when it was, like guns blazing on your head.
And it would, that's the feeling I was at. And that thing actually got canceled because it was on a platform. And when I came out and said, hey, man, I'm not going to do venues that are going to allow, if you got to be vaccinated to come up and laugh, and that's sort of, no, we're not, I'd rather play a backyard. And my God, you would have thought I said, hey man, I'm going out and killing some babies this week. Like the mainstream media is like, we have a devil on our hands. He's an issue in the glitch, and this matrix sees him. And I hit everything there. I hit the gender, but that's, true. And let me tell you something. Not that I lost friends, but a couple friends even to this day look at me like a loony bin. I have family members that we still don't really talk with. I would like to talk with them, but they snicker and sneer. But they're slow. I just know, you're not fool. You know it, and I know it, and a lot of people know it. You're not fooling me. I'm not emotionally attached to your big game. So when you're not emotionally attached, it's a lot easier to see things.
But it's really important that we don't discard the people that don't agree with us.
100%.
And
it took me a while to learn that.
Yeah, because if we allow that, then day one, the one that are holding the strings, making sure that we're divided by gender, by religion, by skin color, by political ideologies, they're looking at it and they're winning.
Yeah.
So even if they don't understand how the matrix works, we cannot discard them and look at them like, they're not very smart. We have to look at them and be like, hey, here's where my beliefs are. Here's a few doors. If you're interested, you can walk through. But if you don't want to, I'm not going to discard you out of my life. I'm still your boy. I'm still here. I'm still your brother. And maybe one day you will see things. But in the meantime, I'm not going to hate you for it. I'm still going to play my position, and I'm not moving. I'm just going to keep ascending as high as I can. And eventually, this becomes a light, and you are an antenna, just like me. We vibrate and resonate at a certain frequency.
Yeah.
And eventually, there's other people that will either, tune into that frequency
Right.
or not. So we have to love them regardless.
No, I like that, Lenny, and I came to that fruition probably about a year ago, because I definitely was angry, or I'll say frustrated. I was extremely frustrated because I'll say frustrated more than anything. It felt frustrating that people that I really admire and looked up to didn't see the things that to me are clear as day. And not only that, they didn't trust my intuition. And that was hurtful. But I will say this, someone told me a great thing, just what you said, you can't be mad at people that aren't awake, and you can't be mad at people that don't see things the way you are. Yeah, I can't be mad at someone that sees the trails in the sky and they go, I've had people go, "You're so stupid, Breuer. Those are contrails," or whatever. I'm not mad at them. Someone told me a great, I think it was David Nunes. I'll have to reach out. I consider we're at a war. The world is at a war. We're at whether you want to call it a spiritual war or an awakening war, there's a lot of casualties of war. And a lot of casualties of war came from COVID. A lot of casualties of war came from 9/11. A lot of casualties of war continue as they watch the news and their favorite stars or their favorite trusted people that are going to save their life and give them the truth. And how do we treat someone that's a casualty of war in what we say is a physical war when they come home? Are we mad at them? Or do we throw them to the side? Our government does. But I just had to take a knock. But what I mean by that is, no, you treat them with love, and you treat them with respect and with care, and it is. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes, bro, I'll be with my best friend, and I try to stay the demeanor that you have, because we're gonna get into some of these videos. I try to stay your demeanor, but even this past June, I got in a whole moon landing. I'm gonna assume you're a non-moon lander.
We've never been to the moon.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Lennie. We can now continue. The moon landing. My friend, we're sitting on a porch, and I was trying to, I kept your demeanor, like, maybe, it's okay. He's not there yet. And he's like, whoa, why would they? Why? And I'm literally watching everything they ever learned. They're like, well, the moon is 50 billion miles away, and the stars are 3 years old, and the light years. And I go, how do we know that?
Yeah.
How do you know how far the star? How do you know? Well, science and the NASA and everything that they told us, and they wouldn't lie to us. And then I was like, who's filming it? Who's filming the ship coming down? And who's filming and that little ship just with no GPS, no
Stanley
GPS,
Kubrick.
no nothing?
It's Stanley Kubrick.
Yes,
okay.
It's Stanley Kubrick. Filmed it. It's a green screen. Well, how they keep that quiet for Not only that, did you see? You ever see the video of the 3 supposed astronauts that went there, and they're in a press conference? And in the press conference, I'm not even kidding you. They're like this. One's like this. Another one is like this, and they're like, so what do you think? Like, if we went to the moon. You couldn't shut me up for put me on another show. Dude, came out like no hair. It was sick. The stars. We were looking out the window like, oh my God, this is sick. This is the sickest thing I've ever seen. You'd be talking about that the rest of your life. These guys are like, swear in your Bible, like, you son of a bitch, and punching the guy. Those are odd reactions if
I
you've been
agree.
there. Odd
agree.
reactions. I'm not going to push you down.
No, I agree.
I want to get into. So, this is very important. One of these guys put this in front of my face today, and you brought up something today too. We got to be very careful of where the hatred's being pushed. Mm-hmm. I truly believe,
Like the Jews.
correct.
Yes.
There's a big push hating Jews.
Yes.
And just Israel in general. But I always say, there's no hate for people or Jews. However, the ones that make decisions for what we call Israel, I find sometimes an issue. So the kids put this in front of me. Put this up on the screen. Now you're telling me. Now listen, don't listen to me. I'm just a knucklehead comedian that looks like he's half lit half the time, even though I'm not. When Twitter accounts started, okay, for Homeland Security, its base is Tel Aviv, Israel. Now think about that. That is the U.S. Homeland Security in 2008, when it decided to go on Twitter, it wasn't based out of Milwaukee, it wasn't based out of Long Island or San Francisco. It was based out of Tel Aviv, Israel. Now, if it was in Morocco or if it was in Mexico City or if it was in Iran, we would question it. We would question it. Yeah. But because it's in Tel Aviv, Israel, let's not talk about that. Now, tell me what happened today, Kyle, or a couple of days. When this went over the internet, supposedly, they took it down for a couple hours, right?
Yeah, so the update came out, this screenshot started going viral, then X dropped the update for 7 hours, then came back and was back in the state. So
they dropped it and then came back like, no, we made a mistake. These crazy guys that control our Twitter account. Tell you, it's Homeland Security. Don't worry about it, folks. We got Homeland. It's all good. It's all good. Get your real ID as soon as you can.
Well, the way I look at it is, and we always have to look at it like two folds, like who benefits from that? And that's ultimately the question that we have to ask is who benefits from, making this viral? And when you look at it, you're like, okay, is it real first?
Right. That's the first question.
Yeah.
Is it real?
Is it real?
Now let's say it is real.
Okay, so let's say it is real. No pun
intended.
Let's say it's real.
Let's say it's real.
How does that make our lives better? And how is that making our community better? I like to look at things from a bird's eye view.
Right.
And as soon as I see these things and they go viral, there has to be something that has a higher purpose,
right,
deeper agenda than what we're being shown. So July 2008.
Yeah.
And it was based in Tel Aviv, Israel. Okay, let's say it's true. People are like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We're being screwed.
Right.
We're owned by Israel.
Right.
Okay. What's the outcome? The outcome is everybody's mad at Israel.
Right.
Everybody's mad at the Jews.
Right. Right.
This is important.
Very important.
And because even if there's this huge push right now, you go on any social media, you will see a lot of hatred against the Jews.
It's a festival right now.
The people that are really in power, okay, even if the banks, the education system, the healthcare system, Big Pharma, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, all of them are owned by Jews.
Right.
Even if that, the people above that, they don't operate on the level of labels. They don't care.
Right.
The way they look at it, they say, okay, let's say that everybody hates Jews. Let's say that everybody wants to create, a drama for Jews. You see a Jew in the street.
Right, which is
That's
Very
what they,
dangerous.
This is what they want. They want something very bad to happen. If they're letting it spread like wildfire, it's because they want something to happen. Because if something it's giving them the reason in order to tighten down the screws on us. It doesn't matter if something happens to them or something happens to Christians or something happens on a plane or something happens anywhere. It's always used as a pretext in order to say, oh, you see there's a problem here. Now we need to introduce this new law. We need to put this speech. We need to, make sure that this and that is not allowed. It's not just for Jews. It's for everybody. But they'll use whatever they're allowed to use, which is basically anything that has a label on it. Right. And people that don't operate at the level of labels, they can control everything because they're not emotionally attached to it. When you say Jewish people say, "Oh my God, I'm Jewish. I'm not like that. I don't do that." Right. True. True. In every group, you have good people and bad people.
Everywhere.
So if we understand that, we cannot hate the whole group. We can only say the people that are manipulating this, these people are demonic. These people, they're not like us. We operate on the frequencies of joy and love and unity and family. These are the things that makes our whole frequency go high and we're like happy and excited. There's another group of people which they love chaos and death and, drama and anything that's low frequency, they operate at that level.
You guys listen to this? Because this is what you keep pushing me to do every week.
So this is important. This is important because we can be here and we can argue. And I can argue this point with anyone because I don't associate myself with specific labels. Because as soon as I do that, I'm part of a group. And once I'm part of a group, then it's oh, you don't think like me? I must discard you from my life. You don't understand. Oh, you just don't understand. I don't want to operate like that. I want to just look at you and look at anyone and be like, you know what? If you have a shine, if you have a light, I want to connect to that. And anything else, I don't really care. But I will say something about the Jewish people. The Jewish people, they work with collectivism. So, yes, a lot of them are, owning and controlling most of everything that we see. And what do? They take that bag of money, they take that power, and they reinvest it into their nation. They reinvest it within themselves. While creating all of these NGOs with the Soros foundations and bringing all the immigrants, which will create division, and while controlling the media to make sure everybody's divided and everybody is looking at things in it's black or it's white, it's red or it's blue. So they own the media, they own Hollywood, they own all this. That's a fact.
That is a fact.
This is a simple search, and we know. So we cannot hate them for doing that when we, as a collective, could also be doing that. And that, I believe, is the recipe for us to be more empowered and not look at them as like, oh my God, that's the enemy. We have to look at it as like they've figured out to do something which creates this collectivism mentality that they're empowering and enriching their own situation while dividing everybody else. Now, our trick is we don't want to divide nobody. We want to unite. Unify. We want to unite so we cannot fall for the traps that are set all around us. And these traps are everywhere. We just have to emotionally disconnect, look at it objectively, and be like, okay, who benefits from this situation? Does it make my life better? And if the answer is it doesn't make my life better, why should I give energy to this situation?
I love what you just said too. It's almost like playing another team, where there's a team out there. You're in sports, and maybe this is a dumb analogy. It could be, and the team constantly beats the snot out of everyone because they have the tools. They spy on the other team. They have all these things that the other teams don't, and everyone keeps hating this team because they keep winning and winning and winning and figuring it out. And you're spending all that time doing that. What you have to do is like, well, let's do what they do, and let's just start a new narrative. Let's start a new era of doing the same thing of their brilliant tactics, and just do it the way we want. We'll do something where it's not hateful, and that's what blows my mind too. I do think that change is on the way. I really do. It's not going to be the easiest, but we're capable of doing it, especially the younger generation. But the most powerful places you really have to do it are social media, I think. Television you're gonna have a whole new funding of your own networks and stuff like that, which can be done. It already started. They showed us the way. So that's very interesting.
Well, I think that there's an extra layer to that, which, for your viewers, I think it's important to provide solutions.
Always. There's never a solution.
The majority of the people that are in the truth community, they like to, oh my God, it's the end. Oh, chaos. This is coming. Yeah. But there's no solution.
Never.
And we have to take a step back and see, how do we make our lives better?
Right.
How do we empower ourselves? And I did this reel, and it's called How to Beat Them Part 1. And if you research on my Instagram page, Lennie Boy, there is a video, and I said at the end, if you have suggestions, just add them in the comments, and I'm going to make a part 2, and the part 2 is coming, where everyone is just pouring out solutions. There's like 4,000 comments of just solutions. And everything comes down, at the end of the day, we have to build and invest every bit of our energy into creating the world and the economy that we want. So if we keep buying from Amazon, if we keep using Google, if we keep using Apple, if we keep using, ChatGPT, if we keep using all the stuff that they're creating for our convenience, when there is a deeper agenda behind it,
right,
then we're empowering them. When we invest stock, when our portfolio is full of like big tech companies and big pharma, and you bitch about Pfizer, but next thing you know, you own Pfizer stock, you're giving them power. What are you doing?
Right.
So you have to look at it as, how do we take the power back? And it starts with stop giving away our power to all of these institutions, these groups, these organizations that are stealing our power by trading off convenience. So yes, it's going to be a little harder. It's not going to be as convenient, but what does convenience do? It makes us lazy.
It makes us very lazy.
It makes us basically worthless.
Correct.
ChatGPT, all this stuff. It's made to make us stupid, lazy, weak, and dependent. I don't want that. How are we going to teach our children to be empowered, to go to the next level,
right,
to critically think, to go the extra mile?
I want to play one of your videos while you're talking about this. There's Kyle. I know it's a couple down, but can you play the? Is it the supervillains?
Tech billionaires.
Yeah, the tech billionaires. This is a great video that you made. This is great. And it hits upon teaching our kids. This is on the Instagram page.
Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and most of the big tech CEOs send their kids to Montessori schools. Did you know that these schools focus on creativity, on critical thinking, on being hands-on, and on real-life experiences? Until at least age 6, there are no screens. And that's because Dr. Maria Montessori believed that a child absorbs everything from their environment unconsciously, and screens create too much stimulation and distractions, which prevents the brain from its optimal growth. What a bunch of hypocrites. Everything they push towards the masses, they keep away from their kids. They dumb everybody down while elevating their own children to stay in power. You see, Montessori focuses on individual learning, while the whole education system is an indoctrination center. It's about mass brainwashing and fitting all of us in to serve like slaves. Now, I'm not saying that Montessori is the ultimate solution, but there is something to learn here.
No doubt about it.
Right? You know, during COVID, where like I have family members that are teachers, and they were highly against. They were forcing them to get vaccinated to continue working. It's mandatory. If you don't get vaccinated, we're going to let you go, and blah blah blah. And I feel like I have seen more and more kids beginning to be homeschooled. Mm-hmm. And, you know, people think school, your kid's in school for 8 hours a day. They're doing 45-minute subjects. 90% of the subjects they don't want to do. And then they're considered ADHD. Where if you give a child just freedom, they're extremely creative. And teachers, I feel like there was an opportunity for so many teachers to go, why don't we start our own little private school at a house or at a killer park, and you have 2 or 3 people, and I would have paid whatever amount a year, $5,000 a year, so you get a couple people paying $5,000 a year, $7,000 a year, and now your child is learning the way the child's supposed to be, in environments it's supposed to be, and they're not supposed to be with their own peers all the time. If we're with our peers all the time, we're not going to learn anything. I need to be with elders. I need to study the younger. And Montessori is a great. I know a couple kids that went there. I kind of wish I'd set my kids there, but
from a bird's eye view,
yeah.
Like imagine that they are shoving. You need to have the poison in your body in order to go get indoctrinated by the indoctrination center.
Right.
This is the life, this is the world in which we live in. And when you understand that they're capable of making people believe that all that is for the greater good, and all that is to make you the best version of yourself, and they're selling the best version of yourself and how you can, you know, make something great for your community and you can serve. We all have an individual light. And the more you go into that indoctrination center, the more that light gets dimmed. Mm-hmm. If we want to find our true shine, we have to disconnect from these systems. We can understand them, we can study them, we can take a few courses just to understand the game, but we have to look at it from a bird's eye view. I believe that we all have a shine, and the majority of the population on planet Earth, they haven't found it because it's been stuffed so deep. And it's been dimmed down to shreds. So just for them to, they have to get it's like reverse engineering. We have to undo all the stuff that has been done to us.
I think that even goes down to your spirituality.
Yes.
I know some people might get upset hearing this, but I do believe that every individual has such a deep spirituality, God presence in them. And what better way than to create all these different religions where you need to go to the place to learn about it and pay X amount. And most of the people that do it, they have a heart and they're looking for God and they believe in a God. But what a great system to keep you from thinking about something deeper. Yes. I learned so much even.
What is religion is? What is religion? Religion is, mainstream religion.
Right.
You know, the big religions.
Yes.
What does it mean? There's a lot of good values. There's a lot of really interesting stuff in it. There's really powerful stuff.
Yeah.
But what does it say ultimately? It asks us to relinquish our power, to give our power away to this God, when my honest belief is God is within us.
I do too.
God is within you. It's with everyone I've ever met. God is already here. Why search when it's already there? All we have to do is we have to believe that it's there and believe that we have the power, believe that we're capable of many things that mainstream and the media is telling us, these are the limitations. This is the sandbox in which you're allowed to play. When we have so much more than that.
There is so much more.
Yeah.
And even when if I pray, right? I've prayed many times, and I started filming these things called "Funny How God Works." Mm. And again, it's all on perception. However, I just know my perception. I would sit there and I'd pray, and I'd ask God, not what I want. What do you want? What do you want me to project? What do you want? You gave me a talent, and I'm here to serve you. How you want me to put this? I cannot thank you enough for what you gave me. How do I? What do you want me to say? I don't want it to be about me. What do I do? And I tell you, every time it hit me hard a couple of years ago, right around COVID, I started going, I really want to do these things called Funny How God, God. And I started thinking about everything I asked God on a lesser scale. I want to be on TV one day. Okay, you're on TV. I want to, no, and I'll be happy when I meet all my rock star friends. Okay, there's all your rock star friends. Well, what if I say, you get to sing with them now? Mm-hmm. I want to work with this one. Okay, you get to work this one. If I could just hold my dad to the end. Okay, give me a head to the end. And then I felt like he's constantly going, what more do I got? What more do you? You keep asking me what you really want, and I keep telling you. You just keep. It's okay though, but I hear it. I know it exists, and I know when I've prayed, it's incredible when we get out of the way.
Yes.
But now, if I gotta go see no offense, going to see a pastor or whatever, it's what you said. I'm giving it over. I'm okay with getting advice or coaching.
Absolutely.
Coaching.
I believe in that.
Coaching.
100%.
But the giving away.
Yes.
If I could just say it one more time.
Yes, of course.
Because I see you're ready to go. Yeah. Even my wife once in a while, because she's big Jesus, she will say, man, I can't wait. Jesus is coming. And a lot of Christians will say, Jesus is coming back. And they get really mad at me because I say, stop saying that. Why would you say? Because he's already here. He's in your heart. You got to wake him up. You got to wake him up. That's your next coming. It's already here. You gotta wake up the God within, and it's
you're
not
wrong.
like I'm like God. It's the God within. You could think like the beauty of it.
You're not wrong. And just to go back to the surrendering part,
yeah.
If we are being taught to surrender early on, to who we are, our shine, to our individuality. To what makes us special and not weird and not like, what's wrong with this guy,
Yeah.
If we start to think differently, then we can fast track the process of surrendering to why we came on this earth. And once we get closer and closer to that, you realize that fear, it goes away. No matter what they try to do, you've surrendered to the God within you.
Yes.
And now you are fearless because you have your God-given mission, which is already in you. And then you start to see death as like, well, this is just a graduation part to the next level of ascension. And once you start to think like that, you're fearless.
You're fearless.
You're capable of going on alive and, putting yourself out there, tackling some very, very sensitive subjects. I mean, you just said like religion is a very sensitive subject. And I will tell you that, I have no, bad feelings about anyone who believes that Jesus is coming back,
right.
Or, that they believe in Allah, or, they believe in their own like doctrine. No problem. But as soon as it starts to create division, as soon as it starts to being imposed on us, this is where the problem is.
Yes.
You can believe whatever you want. Keep that at home. Right. There's no need to, spread it and me trying to brainwash you and all that. No. It's okay. Religions are there. I don't think they're going to go away like anytime soon. So we have to embrace it as well as part of our unity and say, you know what, that's beautiful. But I'm not going to hate you for it, and I'm not going to judge you for it.
Correct. As just like you said, don't And
Don't impose it.
Don't exactly. It's a very fine line. Like there's some really
Yeah, and
people get intense, and again,
well, yeah, because it's their God.
It's their God,
It's what
and
they've
Right.
basically since childhood. Imagine like your parents, your grandparents, your great, like everybody is thinking the same thing. So for you, it's already within your DNA. Very hard to change.
I would go to once I started going to Europe and places that are way older than America, and I would see the churches. The feeling I got was something else was. There wasn't a lot of buildings here, and then these buildings are and they've got dragons on them, gargoyles, and the doors are 50 feet high, and you walk in, and there's
It's
these
satanic. Yeah.
right. It's just like, oh, I don't get a sense of God. I get a sense of I don't know what was going on here, but again, it's no disrespect. I'm going on and someone said something to me that was interesting. First of all, there was no microphones, and a lot of times those places, the acoustics aren't that great. Where if a person is standing way down at the end of the cathedral with all these people here, is that really, what if you showed up late, you had a rough night, you're all the way in the back and you're missing the whole, there's a lot missing there that doesn't make sense. I don't know what it is. It just don't make sense.
Well, I will tell you that it definitely doesn't unite us.
It doesn't unite us.
And, you can go. I was, a few months ago, I was in Rome. And when you go to the Spanish Steps, there is a French castle there.
Yes.
You get in, you go in the back, there's a beautiful garden.
Yes.
And then you look at the sculptures, and they're on the castle.
Yes.
They're embedded.
I've seen them.
Okay. Why do they all look like Satan? Why do they all look so demonic? Who sat there, an architect, and be like, someone's 4 demons here, five faces of Satan here. Like, why?
Right.
Why?
I don't understand.
Like, it doesn't bring a high vibration. It doesn't make anybody smile. So then you have to research, say, who owned that castle? And then you start there. And then you look, where are these people coming from? What was their belief system? Which groups were they part of? And the more you research, the more you realize that this good and evil thing, it's real. It's not just like a fabrication of this movies and stuff. It's this bad vibes. No, it's true. The reality is that when you look at war, for example.
Look at what?
War.
Okay.
Like Gaza.
Yeah.
Well, let's say I ask you, I say, hey, let's say that you press a button and then it's going to drop a huge, huge bomb and you're going to kill 20,000 children. If I say that to you, say, would you be able to press the button? You'd be like, no. I would not. And probably the majority of human beings, they wouldn't be able to press that button. But know this, there are people out there. Not only they would press the button, they would get off on it. They would love it. They would, fantasize about it. There are people like that. And these people have a lot of power. Because if it wasn't, we wouldn't have war.
And again, we'll bring it into one of the most disturbing things that I saw. And again, I may piss some people off here.
Don't be afraid.
And I'm not apologizing. That's on you. That's on you. You got to detach your emotions. When I saw our president laughing, saying he kept asking us for bombs. And
I've seen this.
He said, I don't even know what half them do. And we sent it to him. And then on a more, in my, I'm sorry, but my feeling is demonic way. You're either godly or demonic. And for you to say, you kept asking, if that's what you said, he kept asking me for guns. I don't even know what happened. And then I finally gave Lennie the guns, and boy, you knew how to use them. And to be talking about building real estate there.
Atop the bones of dead children.
And we're not talking about because October 7th we get to kill and maim every human being that you claim is a bad person. That may have been one of the most disturbing, hurtful. And I'm sorry, I was a fan. That was one of the most disturbing. And people didn't flinch.
Yeah.
They didn't flinch. You just had a human being saying, he kept asking me for bombs, which you're paying for, and we gave it to him, which you paid for, and he knew how to use them, and that's how we found peace. We found peace by bombing innocent human beings. Now think of the amount of bombs that were used. You look at the Gaza Strip and what happened there. Can you imagine if we invested that much money? And instead of building all those bombs, we invested so much energy, so much time in humanity that we sat together and we tried to figure something out without doing that. We had no problem investing in all that they did. Not me, not you. But think of all, that's what I keep telling people, think of all that energy you use to justify killing. You're telling me we can't use that energy to justify peace, love, conversation, and figuring something out?
Yeah, but
that's demonic.
Yeah, but
people don't believe in the boogeyman.
Yeah,
the boogeyman is right here.
Yeah, but there is the boogeyman.
The boogeyman exists. A lot of people don't realize true evil exists. It exists. I watched it over and over. One of the boogeymen just passed away, and they had the audacity to put a flag down for Dick Cheney, who I say is. Listen. It's not what you see. Now I got to listen to you. What is this do? What is this putting out? It's just putting off more anger. The point is, I don't want to glorify someone that sent children to go kill and be killed. I'm done with that.
No, I agree. And
there's no need for it. There's so much time and effort we can do otherwise.
I agree. But I believe that the tentacles of power runs deep, and also the brainwashing and the strength of the media is still capable of, somehow twisting that speech into powerful and patriotic and nationalism, when anyone with a bit of critical thinking would look at this and be like, well, it's a violent statement.
It was a horrifying statement.
And
I don't care how much. I don't care how much.
If you are the peace president, then wouldn't your first thought, as soon as you get in office, as soon as you allegedly have power, is that there's children dying somewhere in the world? Mm-hmm. You're aware. You're aware because there's hundreds of millions of views and millions of cameras in 4K pointing that it's happening live.
Right.
First thing you do is you say, it stops now. You have the power, you have the money, you have the military. You can put an end to it in 3 seconds.
Correct.
Why do you wait?
Correct.
Why do you wait so long?
Why?
Politics, trade-off. No. There's good and then there's bad. If you let bad thrive, even if it's just for a few hours, it's not a trade-off. It's just you're also part of the problem.
And it makes me wonder in those waves of all the conditioning that leads up to it. I even think about myself, where 100% I believe we've been controlled for years. I don't believe there's voting. I don't believe there's... I didn't. Now, when he first came along, I'm not going to lie. All my friends were like, yeah, he's different. You got to watch him. And the media went after him so hard. I was like, I got to see what's going on here when they hate someone. And there was some very interesting things. And then the next thing came along. And what I started worrying about was, as I watched the next so-called administration, to me, that was just as hard. It was horrifying. So I don't want to hear people saying like, oh, you voted for that guy, but at least they're speaking up. There's a lot of people speaking up. On the other side, they were never speaking. They were never. Again, division. See, I'm catching myself.
Yes.
But I did say I don't believe that's him. But what I was going to say was, it was so bad, in my opinion. Transgenderism and racism.
Yeah, so it's trade-offs.
And get the vaccination and you're the problem and blah, blah, blah. It was so bad, it was a perfect script for beg for the Savior.
Yes.
And in came the Savior, and a lot of people are like, yay, here comes the Savior. And that's the first, I'm shame on me, because I finally, after a couple things went down, I went, wow, I got suckered. I got suckered, and I fell for, shame on me, but I acknowledge it.
Nobody's going to save you but the man in the mirror.
Nobody.
And it's very important to understand that, because it's always trade-offs when it comes to politics. Is they'll create so many problems on one side, and then they have the other side. It's like, can you believe all the problems that they're creating? I will come and I will clean this up.
Right.
And then we start to believe that.
Always.
And again, it's about relinquishing our power. And it's about either giving it to the blue side or on the red side. But it's all the same game. So you look at it now, there's still people that are making excuses.
Yes.
And like, oh, but he did this like bathroom thing. Now it's like, you're like not allowed, to go to like a girl's bathroom if you're transgender and all that. And it's like, okay, well, that's a good thing. But that was ultimately created by the same people who holds the same strings.
Correct.
And what they're doing is they're just shifting from one side to the other by creating the same problems, which with the other side, they're bringing the solutions to. And we as a people, we need to disconnect from this thinking. We need to look at it from, how am I going to make my life better? And that's by stop relinquishing my power to all of these perceptions and all of these things that are happening around me that are requiring me to give my power away. So we need to make our lives better and focus on our own community. There's another thing. Yeah. Because obviously I don't want to into the world of like, it's like, we need to live like hippies and this. I'm not saying that.
No. I know you're not.
But the current structures of power, when you look at politics, when you look at the healthcare system, when you look at education, we can't just like, we let go of everything and like, we're going to live in the woods and the forest and all that. We can't do that. What we have to do is that we have to change the game from within. So all these like powerful positions are currently doing things that are not necessarily in our best interest. So we have to look at the world as a structure that has positions that are currently held by people that do not necessarily have our best interests at heart. Right. And we change the game by observing that and by getting involved and asking better for ourselves. But we have to use the current structure that's in place, because we can't just like tear everything down, civil war and this, that. That's not going to work.
Right.
So we have to be smart about it, and we have to start looking at it in a way that like, okay, we just need better leadership and have people that actually care for us, that will be part of the structure and have this real democracy, because they're selling democracy. It's not democracy, it's communism.
It's communism.
They're just selling it as like, this is good, and, it's good for you, and it's safe, and effective. And we have to look at the current structure, and we just have to bring a new revolution of values. And we need to start to think like that, because obviously, I never advocate for violence. I never advocate for war. It's just we have to unite together and just demand better from the current structure that's in place.
More people have to stand out and do that. So
that's right.
Do you think that's possible, meaning we're in a system of money, which to me was created by the devil. I know whatever book may say it's the love of money. To me, it's money, period. Money is the only the money is the creation of a lot of pure evil. Where there's certain societies that will look down upon. One of my questions is always, we're so embedded. We're look what we got. Look what they got us. They got us. They got us. Go to get a slice of pizza. I'm gonna go get Starbucks. I'm in cash. I'm in a different car. I'm on video games. They got us. They got you addicted to things, which is why I think about people. I hear things. Whether it's John Lennon, who's like, imagine, or Bob Marley that would say, all governments are illegal. And he would even say, in interviews, they try to get him like, are you successful? And he'd go, what do you mean successful? Like with things? You mean have money? He goes, no, that's not my success. That's not success. Is that revolution, when I say revolution, peaceful revolution, big enough? Is that where it's going to go? Because the money thing's an issue. The money thing's a serious issue.
It
because
is.
people can get bought out, and it's consistently being bought out.
I agree. But there are, I'm not sure you have a video, I think, in your list.
Yeah, which one?
It's called, What is Your Price?
What is your price? This is a great one.
If you jump in the political arena, you gotta ask yourself, what is your price? How much money will it take for you to sell your soul? Because if you're talented, there will be very lucrative offers coming your way from the very people you're trying to expose. And when I look around, I realize that almost everyone is for sale. And the devil is very well funded. Some people don't even need that much. Some will sell their soul for a role in a Hollywood movie or an invitation to Mar-a-Lago. Some will sell their soul for a record deal. Some will sell their soul for a couple hundred likes on Facebook. So before you put yourself out there, you gotta ask yourself, are you for sale? And how much is your integrity worth? Because if your price isn't you willing to give up your life, then you don't belong in the arena.
That's one of the biggest questions.
It's tough. It's tough because when you look at how people are being bought out, there's various ways that they come at you. They either blackmail you.
Right.
Usually before that is they try to buy you just with like pure money and fame and power. And
Send them vanity.
Yes, and if these two don't work, the next one is going to be real threats when it comes to the people you love, or
A little phone call.
or family, and then if all of that doesn't work, this is where you see, people that are becoming very, very relevant, very powerful, but they still don't subscribe to the current matrix. You look at like JFK, for example, wanted to change certain things. You look at Charlie Kirk towards like the later months or years of his career.
Yeah.
Then if they don't subscribe to the system that's currently in place and they're not willing to, sell their soul, then what's next is death, which again, if your price is not that, then there are ways that a lot of people can come at you because real, raw, natural talent, they get spotted.
Immediately.
They get spotted. You've been in.
I've been there.
You've been
I've
in the
seen
business.
They wait like vultures.
You've been.
They wait like vultures.
Yeah.
But to elaborate what you're going to say, I think one of the resolutions of that is imagine we started small. You don't have to be religious, but teaching your child and our children morality, do the right thing, and pointing out the social media, the TV programs, and I always ask people this: if the show is showing whatever gay sex, okay, it's two men doing it. whatever brings you there, or they're yelling at you, or they're constantly Jews are bad and the Republicans are bad, would you allow these people in your house to talk like that? Would you allow these people in your house to say the things they do the things they do, making out with each other in a corner? And if you don't, why do you allow it on a television? Why do you allow it on a screen? Why do you pay to have it? You're part of the problem.
So you have a great point. And this is very, very important, okay? So, people are like, okay, so like, do I have to put the life of my children on the line, and like, do I have to put my life on the line in order to like live the life that I want to be and not subscribe to the system and still have some form of like success in the business world in Hollywood and this, that?
Yeah.
And you don't have to be on the front line swinging and be like, I'm ready to die. This is not the way.
Right.
The way is we have to better our lives with the individual actions that we take. Just like you said, with our children, with the education system, with the food that we put in our body, with the companies that we invest in, with the systems that we use. Everything that we give power to, it becomes the system.
Right.
So by unsubscribing to what is making us weaker and subscribing to the things that makes us more powerful, we shift the power balance back to us. So we don't have to be like, okay, like I'm ready to die, let's go, come on,
We don't have to go militant.
No, like it doesn't have to be like that.
Right.
We can do it in a peaceful, in a calm, in a spiritual way where we unite and we just change the way that we live individually, and we bring in the values that we believe in. So that's kind of like my video.
No, it is. The videos are incredible. Play the there was one more I really wanted. What's the next one?
Supervillains?
The supervillains.
Really don't believe that Zuckerberg, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Sundar Pichai, Tim Cook, and most of the major tech leaders actually care about human life. Because everything they do is driving us further and further away from our connection with nature and with each other, and bringing us closer and closer to a connection with machines. Bit by bit, their companies are stripping away our power while consolidating it for a select few. Whether it's through surveillance, censorship, manipulating search results, controlling our movement, AI, mRNA vaccines, it never benefits us in the long run. And it doesn't matter how many times they appear on the cover of Time magazine as some sort of hero of our time, they will never convince me. We have to stop looking at what they say and start looking at what they do. These people are not our friends.
False idols, false idols, false idols, false idols. Nature. And again, as a child, I remember being out in the street and watching nature, nonstop nature. And then I would start becoming friends with the certain squirrels, and I feed the squirrels and the bird. And I realized if the squirrel did this, then this bird would follow him. I was in Africa. I love going there, and I'm talking to one of the guys, and he's telling me that when the giraffe come, the trees start communicating with each other. I said, what do you mean the trees communicate? He goes, they know they're coming to eat the leaves, and the vibration, they feel it, and the roots communicate, and they send off a signal. So, and there it sets off ants within, and there's a certain like a stinging feeling that, and he goes, if you watch the giraffe, it'll go from one tree, and as it goes to the next tree, it'll just walk away from it. It's because that tree already signaled to the other tree, hey, the giraffe's coming, look out. And I know it sounds crazy, but that completely blew my mind how disconnected we are. And who would, it took me all day to go, what do you mean a tree is talking to? And then the more I sat down and listened and watched with my own two eyes. We went looking for honey one day for this tribe. We found a tribe out in the middle of nowhere. We followed them around, and they would attract a bird, a honey bird, and then the bird, they would make this bird noise, and they had a relationship with the bird, and the bird would bring them to a tree where all the beehives are. And then they would go there, and the bird hung out, knew he's going to get some honey out of this, and they get the honey. I'm like, they're all in tune. This is all one another. The creativity of connected, everything's connected.
This is one of the most beautiful things that you said, is how it's all connected, how we are a collective consciousness. And when you sit in the middle of the forest by yourself long enough, you realize how connected we are with nature. And everything that these technocrats are doing is they're just bringing us away from that, and they're making us dependent on technology. And the reason why I started Place of Elms is because I want, to spread these values of reconnecting with nature. The reason why it's elms, by the way, it's the elm tree. The elm tree has one of the longest tree roots. So all the roots are the values that we believe in, that will empower us. So when you're talking about nature, like I have like a feeling in my body that goes like I feel good. I feel like peaceful. When I'm in nature, I feel peaceful. Move me out of this chair and put Zuckerberg instead. Tell him the same story that you just did about how the tree is connecting. He would be there like, some robot, and, he would try to like be good for the camera, and he'd be like sweating, and he'd be like, yeah. When I surf, with the American flag, and, I try to make everybody believe that like I'm all for America and I'm for like empowering the people.
Right.
It's like our native instinct, our gut feeling knows already who are the people that are, connected to us, and that ultimately feels that like we need to reconnect with nature, reconnect with each other. And they also feel when the antenna and the frequency is completely off. Sometimes you meet someone and you're like, oh man, like I really feel, I understand.
Yes.
We kind of want the same things.
Yes.
About just like human betterment.
Yes.
And sometimes you meet other people and there's like this feeling.
Yes.
And, I see it like that, where it's like we have to be more intuitive. We have to listen to our inner voice. And we find that when we're at peace in nature, connected to the elements. That is so important. And we have to get rid of, obviously it's important to have technology in the economy. We have to make it.
But I agree.
But we have to reconnect with a balance. Because the balance is shifting. And now it's like, everything is chat.
Yes.
Everything is like, was it chat. And then like we just give all of our power away to this like, robot that is self-training with machine learning, like how to become much smarter and make us ultimately dependent. When we can sit down, we can meditate, we can think for ourselves.
Correct.
Like what are we gonna teach our children like 5-10 years from now? Use chat if you want that answer.
Right.
No, like I want to sit down and I want to look at my child and be like, hey, this is how it works. And have like a real human conversation and not have like technology all over the place all the time. It's not healthy for us.
It's not healthy. I spend most of my time outside. The more time I spend in, the more uneasy I get, the more chaotic I feel, the more meaningless it becomes. As soon as I wake up, I go outside. And that's why I keep going to nature places. And I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like almost like Avatar. The most important places in the world are nature.
Yes.
And the more you look at, they're developing, they tear it apart, they want to do something in the Everglades. They're always attacking nature, going after nature, and even to think about our society, if we were to change, the first thing I would do is, I'm not bringing children. If we're going to school in the Northeast, I get it's freezing, but you shouldn't have a child indoors 8 hours as a child, 8 hours staring out I remember being a kid staring out the window going, it's so nice out. Why can't we be outside? That gives you life. And that's the sun gives you life.
Yes.
The plants, all of it gives you life.
Yes.
And nature has always been kind.
And Bill Gates wants to block that from you.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are the people to trust. We're going to block the sun. Dude, this was... Whew, I'm glad I was sober for this one. I can't imagine if I got a little relaxed, we might have been here for another 5 hours, or I would have been all over the place.
No, but we need to arrive to a point where no one should feel scared to call out these rats. Like, let's stop being scared and be like, oh, because the New York Times and Time Magazine and
Yes.
like all these guys are like glamorizing them. We need to stop, refraining from calling them for who they are. Rats.
They're
a bunch of rats. They're rats. They want to take us over.
Yes.
They want to make us weak because look at them.
Yes.
Look at them.
Yes.
Look at them. I don't want to be judgmental, but look at them.
Exactly. And they get excited
Oh, they get excited.
talking about their schemes.
They're dying. They're
the
dying.
only thing they're missing is like when I hear him going, remember, he asked me for bombs, and I gave him bombs, and he knew how to use them. And now we can build on the Gaza Strip because we have peace. And then first we'll call out the Pfizer people, the ones that made everyone and made zillions, and then we'll bring them to the White House. They're worse than rats. They're demons.
Yeah, they're little
They are
demonic rats.
demons.
They
They
are
are
rats.
the demons of our society, of our humanity. And they're the ones that are going to make a law how you live. They're the ones that are going to decide where your kid could go to get bombed because they got an issue. They're the one. We got to stop giving them our power because we're worth so much more.
Yes.
We got a lot. We're worth so much more.
Yes, we are.
I know we are.
The reality is that once you have so much money and power invested within the current media system, you can buy an image. So these media has
Hence Bill
created,
Gates.
yes, they have created this image of like this philanthropist, who wants to create something better for humanity. These people don't give a damn about you.
No.
These people don't care about us. These people are not the same as us.
No.
They don't vibrate on the same frequency. Look in their eyes and try to find goodness and life and joy. Look in their eyes. If you're just a little bit in tune with yourself, with nature, you can see in people's eyes.
Your
And when you
instinct.
look at them, you look at the way they speak, your instinct tells you right away, these people don't care about you. And we have to be realistic about it, and we have to stop accepting the narrative that the media is telling us these guys are great. We have to stop believing that stuff. We have to start looking at things objectively and see, like, how are these people making our lives better? Look at their track record.
It's horrifying.
It's a horrifying.
And we keep falling for the
And
same...
they're still walking free
That's the part...
and glamorized and invited to the World Economic Forum to say, all right, well, now we're going to need to, commoditize water.
But no one there says, we're going to teach spirituality this year at the World Economic Forum, and we're going to teach people how to care for one another and love one another. Matter of fact, we're going to end hunger. What did the last guy say? There'd be no more spiritual souls. He said something like, we're going to take souls out. There'll be no more souls. We found out to take out the gene of, do you realize how satanic and dark?
Yes.
And we listened to it. We listened. Oh, listen to this genius. He literally said, we're going to take out the gene that makes you spiritual. And the only thing missing was a tongue going. Like, are you? This is Avenger. And we're sitting there going, hey, have you watched the world? Can you believe what they said? Can you believe what you're allowing? Can you believe what you? But you'll do a no kings protest or a this protest or a that protest where the real puppet masters. You're sitting there going, "Jeez, I can't believe that's going." Did you hear what he said? There'll be no more souls.
You are referring to Yuval Noah Harari.
Yes.
Yes. The right arm of Klaus Schwab from the World Economic Forum.
Klaus Schwab. One day, there will be, you will eat bugs for, this is what he said.
Yes.
We will have you, one day, we have so much money that we decided as a collective that you will be eating bugs and you will be happy. And we will control you as you continue to just give us all your lives and souls. We're here for you.
The reality is when you look at this guy and you put Senator Palpatine from Star Wars like one next to the other, it's the same person.
Yes.
It's the same person.
Yes.
And people are like worshiping this dude. And then you look at his right arm, Yuval Noah Harari. He wrote the book *Sapiens*, which
Sapien.
It's acclaimed by all the presidents and this. Why is it acclaimed by all the Obamas and Oprah and all that? We have to ask ourselves, why are certain things glamorized? Why are certain people put on the pedestal? Because they want us to listen to these people like they hold the truth. This guy is deemed a historian, one of the greatest historians on the planet. This guy is getting the script at the World Economic Forum, and he just turns around and say, well, I believe that in 10 years it's going to be this. When you listen to everything that he's saying, it's basically the agenda and the script.
That's what
when he's saying that, dreams and souls and spirituality, like all that is gone with. Like there's clips of that you can find. And this guy, the way he says it, you can tell that he's soulless. Because if he had a soul, he would believe in that stuff. He's not a historian. All he is, he's a puppet from the World Economic Forum that's being provided a script, and that script is being read in a way that it's, profound, and, I really thought about this.
Educated.
Yes.
Educated.
But it's all crap.
It's demonic. It's pure evil. It's soul. Can you imagine telling a kid, hey, man, this is going to be great. Your kid one day is going to have no soul. He's going to be eating bugs. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
We're going to have everything. He's going to love it. He's going to love it.
So we have to stop.
What kind of sick mind is that?
We have to stop worshiping and idolizing the people that the mainstream media is putting in front of us. We need to start worshiping and looking at things that are making our lives better. And that starts right inside. And self-respect, respecting ourselves, this is where it starts. And everything else comes after. We have to stop idolizing these people like they're going to come to save us. Nobody's coming to save us.
Nobody's coming to save us.
So we have to stay realistic about this.
100%. And you know what? I that is where we're at. And hopefully, hopefully, it's happening. Yeah. It's already started. I see the movement around the world. I see the messages. I see people doing things in certain areas. There is an awakening. It feels incredible knowing it. It feels incredible. I'm alive. I don't know if it all go down during my time, but I'm okay. Whether it does or doesn't, the fact that I know that I can see and I can help others.
Yes.
It's already God already put me there to do that, and I feel so much better about it.
Well, that's important. That's the important part, is that we are aware enough that we can change things in our own lives and within our own community. This is where it starts. It doesn't start, I'm going straight to the White House. No, you start locally, in your room, in your home, in your community.
Yes.
And from there, it slowly spreads. But we have to reinvest all of that knowledge, all that power, all that money within ourselves and our community.
Correct.
Because that's how the enemy is doing it.
That's how the monsters are doing it.
You wanted to check...
Which one?
I believe... which one there?
You want to see a funny one? Can I show you a funny one? What do you?
Yeah, sure.
Can you show the Borat? Have you seen? You want to talk about some funny mainstream media? This may be one of the funniest division. Who's that?
Oh, but you don't remember.
Oh yeah. Have you seen this?
No, I don't.
Who is the guy on the far right? I'd say, like, this can't be real. I want you guys to watch this. I was invited on Pierce Morgan, by the way. Thank you, Pierce. I didn't go.
Really?
Yeah, that's when I knew, like, oh, am I stringing some, I don't know what I said.
Really?
Yes.
You didn't go?
I did not go.
Okay.
I don't have a desire. Should I have?
I mean, why not? Why not?
I
Because
couldn't that day, and I'll tell you why. It was like the same day. I had things to do. Like all right, now if they want to do it another time, I'll do it. As long as I stick to what I need to say. And I forgot what they were.
you have to be fearless.
I have been, yeah. No, I know.
You have to be fearless.
So listen to, this is the funniest hate madness. And again, this goes along the line of what are they pushing? Watch, listen to this. Tell me this isn't a routine. This can't be real.
Nuclear program is going to be destroyed. And anyone who gets in the way, it doesn't matter where they are, even if they are politicians in the West, they are going to fall.
Does he come back on in this video, or does it go to her? You're not sure?
Politicians in the West that if they don't agree with Israel's war against Iran, that they're going to fall. And remember, he's an Israeli agent. Are you saying Israel will murder politicians in the West or get rid of them politically through bribery or whatever else? What do you mean the politicians in the West will fall if they don't agree to back Israel's war against Iran?
Yeah, we will not vote for them anymore.
Oh, no, well, you don't vote for them now. You're not in our country. What do you mean the politicians will fall?
We live in democracy, and we have the right to bring them up and to bring them down. Those who agree with Ayatollah, we don't want them in office. And all the sympathizers with terrorists like yourself, we don't want them even to be in our country.
Who is we, and how are you bringing down politicians in the West if they dare to defy Israel? Tell me how you're bringing them down.
I already answered you that.
Are you going to murder them, or are you going to bribe them? Or are you going to bribe someone else?
Is it just me or does that?
Wow. Is this real or it's...
That's what I did. I thought it was a Borat sketch. I thought it was Borat. I really did. I thought it was Borat going, if you dare see anything about Israel, the West will die. It's like, this goes along like, what are they...
But if it's...
What are they selling there? What is that? What is that about? That can't be real. That's the goofiest character I've ever seen in my lifetime.
But you see, if you look at it,
yes,
whether it's real or whether it's not, you have on the right one label, and on the other side you have another label.
Correct.
So
division.
This creates division.
Division.
And as long as these videos have millions of views, there will be these groups that will be fighting against each other, while the real power doesn't function under labels. And it's important for everyone to understand this. This is a perfect example of, it's funny, it's viral.
But it's not supposed to be funny.
But it still creates division.
Correct.
And this is where we need to start waking up about this stuff. It's like, if I was invited on Pierce, like I don't really take sides other than the side of goodness.
Same.
And it's very, like it'd be hard to have like a debate with me because I'm not here to divide. I'm here, even if you don't think like me.
Yes.
I would like for us, to live in unity and in peace, and eventually we would realize that we're all being manipulated.
Yes.
And eventually we're going to unite. But that's the thing that they don't want. So when you spread that message, it's not a message that spreads like, far and wide. Division, it creates fireworks. It's exciting. People share it. So unity is like, boring, But,
well, with that said, that's what they say. But something I learned in the comedy world. So I grew up totally racist. I did. I was taught. I was taught racism. I'd be on my street, and the one neighbor was a couple years old. He'd come over, he'd be like, the Jew over there he's always working on his car. I thought Jews were people that worked on their car all the time. That's if I saw someone working on a car, I'm like, oh, he's a Jew, because that's what Michael B. said. And he works on his car. He's too cheap to bring it over there. And the freaking Indians, they stink. They're dirty people, like a stinky feet. And it was an Indian that moved on the street, and black people, like, oh, forget it. Black people were like the Antichrist. They just murdered everyone. They killed everyone. And not until I got out of that world did I start to see so much of all these different other angles. And what I mean by that is, like, for instance, I had a TV show in Harlem, and I still say that was one of the most empowering, beautiful, impactful times in my life. Not only just seeing people, I didn't see black, I saw people, and even beyond that, I started seeing so much more. And I like you said in the beginning, and the comedy world, a lot of the black comedians with the most discipline and the most intuitive people and spiritual people that came to me, they didn't say what they were, but then I would always go, hey man, are you like a God dude? And they go, I'm Muslim. And I go, what? I think whether you're Muslim, I think the big fear is if Muslims, if Christians, whatever, if black, they try so hard to keep everyone divided. If black, if white, if brown, if native did start to come together, it'd be the end of the demons. And
Yes.
it will be the end of the demons.
And I just want to be clear about what I said about unity. Again, it's not this like hippie, all love and this, that.
No.
We have to call out the rats.
Call the rats out, call the demons
call them out. And
what are they selling?
Let's not be afraid
Correct.
of a confrontation.
Right.
Not a physical one.
Peaceful.
A peaceful confrontation. But we have to call out the ones that are trying to weaken us.
Yes.
So
And
unity,
divide.
yes.
Yeah.
But we also have to call out the ones that are trying to destroy us.
100%.
So by doing that collectively, all labels together, all skin color, all religions, and we say there are a group of people that don't associate with labels that are trying to weaken us. We have to call these people out, the ones that are bought and paid for and corrupt.
Correct.
And disgusting. We have to call these guys out. And we have to do it in a way that we're unified. No matter your label, we have to call out what is bad. And not try to say, oh, because he's part of this group,
He's part of that gang.
then all this group is bad. I
Correct.
don't associate with that group.
Correct.
And that's the trap. The trap is always that.
Yes.
It's to associate ourselves with a group and then make it that it's this group versus that group. That's the trap.
That is the trap, and that's the individuality of not joining a group.
Mm-hmm.
And you can join, I'm not talking like don't join the Elks Club or like don't join your local American Legion. I'm talking I am full-blown this.
Mm-hmm.
I am full-blown that, and I am this team only, and I'm only that team. That's when the real danger starts, because how far will you go if your team starts making really bad moral decisions? And all teams make bad moral decisions. So therefore, it shouldn't be a team effort. It's a human effort. It's a person effort.
Yeah.
And we do need to start calling them out and use your instinct, but detach. Detach your emotions and detach yourself from labeling. They did a damn good job
That's the
labeling.
Key. That's the key.
Take the label off yourself. You're selling yourself short.
I agree.
I'm a this, and this. No, you're not. You're deeper than that. You're bigger than that.
I absolutely agree.
You're more powerful than that. People say, you know what drives me nuts? When people say, I'm just the little guy. There's no such thing as the little guy. The little guy says something to me that inspires me so deeply.
Yes.
I turn around, I give it to millions. That's because of the little guy.
Yeah.
You are a big guy. You just don't need it. You don't need don't ask for the trophy. Don't ask for that was me, that whatever. That goes to someone I was telling you, I saw that thing. One person can change the world for the better as long as they don't give a damn who gets the credit.
Yes. You're absolutely right. And the credit is, when you start to like ask for that and live for that, that's also the trap. That's to make it about me.
It's all about me. It can't be all about me.
No, I agree. We have to spread this.
We're doing it.
Yeah, no,
we did it. Lennie, this was fun.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time? I had a great time.
I had a great time.
I could go on for hours. I don't care what you guys think. I don't care what you think either. I could have went on forever and ever.
No, it was cool. It was cool.
I appreciate you.
No, thank you for having me on. And, it's rare that I connect to, this level.
Yeah.
Because I've been approached by multiple podcasters, a lot of different people, and I see the agenda. I see that they're trying to push one specific narrative.
Right.
Like let's say that I do a video that, calls out what's happening with the people running Israel in Gaza. I'm not saying, hey, it's all the Jews. I'm saying the people that are controlling Israel. I'm not labeling them.
Correct.
But some people will see that as like, oh, he's part of our gang. So now I got the Muslim Brotherhood that reaches out and say, come to this podcast, come to that podcast. And the thing is that I'm willing to go to pretty much any podcast as long as we're not trying to push a certain agenda of division. And as long as it's that, and you're basically the first one that I've agreed, because the way you speak is you speak with unity and, you don't have an agenda. Your agenda is not to be like, all right, we need to hate these people and we need to, vote Trump or we need to. No, your agenda is to empower people.
That is my.
If I start to see more podcasters that their job is to empower people, I will be the first one in line to come and help you and spread the message and share and all of that. This is why I don't monetize. The amount of brands. The amount of brands that came to me and say, hey, man, like, what's your rate? Love what you do. We have something that's in line with your values. And as soon as I research a little bit, I'm like, yeah, no, it's not exactly that. That's why I don't monetize. I don't even have the monetize option on. Zero. I don't need it because,
Don't judge me. I think
self-made.
I think we monetize. Don't judge me.
No, but it's
fine. Do we monetize? We do monetize.
So what?
No, I'm playing around.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I get it. And, everybody needs to make a living. And if, the sponsors are in line with the values, then I get it.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's just my policy.
Correct.
Is I don't monetize because I want to stick to my message. And as soon as you start to bring in a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there, it's like, I can't really offend my sponsors because this is how I feed my children.
Correct.
And, I was put in a position in my previous business life where, I was talking a lot of real things and Epstein stuff in 2020 while I was still the CEO and founder of a tech company with over 70 employees, a board of directors. And I was there and I was still being loud about it. And I was asked hey, Lennie, we don't know, calm down, you don't have to be so loud. And I'm like, no, I feel like I need to do, and I was willing to lose my position. I didn't care because my integrity was not for sale. And even if there was a lot on the line, I didn't care because I couldn't live with myself. So I was put in a position where it's hey, you shouldn't, next thing you know, I drop the wake up rap video. Feel okay, this guy's out of his mind. But ultimately, when I go to bed at night or when I look at myself in the mirror, I know that my soul is intact. And that's one of the most important things. So right now, The only thing that I push is Place of Elms because I'm behind it every step of the way.
Right.
Every fabric, every design, everything, like I know it's made with integrity. So it's the only thing that I know with my own integrity that I can push because I make it. Anything else, I mean, I've been approached by like pretty big brands.
I'm sure.
And I'm like, well, I feel you, but it's just, and yeah, a lot of people are like, Lennie, what are you doing? There's so much money there.
Right.
Yes, I agree. But unfortunately, I have my mission. And as soon as I start to move away from that, then my organic support,
Correct.
which I have huge organic grassroots support,
Yeah.
that's going to go away. That's going
Right.
to fade away slowly. Now he's, okay. And people see it right away.
Oh, they
you
know.
See it with a
Trust
bunch
me.
of influencers.
No,
you
I'm
see
doing
right away when they're bought off.
Oh, trust
you
me.
You see it.
Trust me. It was one of the struggles you're going through here. I've had people going, hey, we want to pay you X to push this. And hey, you want to pay, and there's maybe 3 things if I don't believe it, or it's not part of my life.
Yeah.
It's not part of my life.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't push it. I can't sell. I'm a horrible seller.
I endorse Jim's comedy. I endorse that.
Thank you.
I'm behind that. I absolutely agree.
Do you hear him, Fort Myers Theater? Can you get a little more? Do you hear that over there in Nebraska and Iowa where the tickets are a little low?
No.
I've been endorsed by Lennie.
No, Jim's the real deal.
No, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I can't. You're the first guest we had in person, and the same thing with you. I resonated so much just watching and over and listening to you. You inspired me tremendously. Every time I started feeling a little beaten down, or I'm pushing unity and love, and let's look at things this way. I mean, I talk about it every week, but when I see you, it reinforces that there's so many others out there, and I know I'm going to see more and more. So I'm so happy you were the first guy to come and well,
it's an honor. It's an honor. I really appreciate it.
All the best to you. Safe journeys.
Thank you.
Lennie Moreno. And I will.
Lennie Moreno.
What did I say? I just said Moremi. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that.
It's Lennie Moreno, baby.
Lennie Moreno. And you notice one thing too? I never even asked what are you? Because I don't even care. And what I mean by that is I just don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Well. Because as soon as you say, well, I'm from there,
all
the people from, he's one of us.
Right. But Montreal's where you live?
I live an hour away from Montreal.
Okay.
Yeah, I live in the woods.
Really?
I'm a bit disconnected, yeah.
Okay.
but this is where I found peace.
Can I visit you in the woods?
You're always welcome.
Yeah, I'm gonna visit Lennie in the woods. Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Hey, safe journeys, you guys. I think the message is loud and clear. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. You got to watch everything, whether it's all your superheroes, whether it's your favorite politician who's not there for you, whether it's whoever. Are they bringing you angst, fear, anger, or are they bringing you inspiration, hope, and a resolution? That's trust within you. Will you trust the way you're designed? Trust the way you're designed. It's the most powerful thing you'll have in life. Guys, we'll see you next week, Jim Breuer Live, and I'll see you on tour. Jim Breuer tickets are on jimbreuer.com. Have a good one. Be safe and all that jazz. Later, Gators.